He thought she was just a poor, frail old woman. He shared his food with her every day, even though he had little himself. But one morning, everything changed. Who was this woman? Why did she pick him? And what secret was she hiding? Get ready for a surprising and heartwarming story. This is the story of a young man named Ethan and an old woman everyone ignored. Ethan was 24, running a small food stall by a busy road in Lagos. His stall was just wooden planks and a tin roof, set under a big tree where people stopped to eat. Ethan didn't have much, worn-out sandals, patched-up clothes, but he always had a smile. Even when he was exhausted, he greeted customers warmly. "Hey, good afternoon. Welcome," he'd say. He woke up early to cook rice, beans, and yam stew. His hands moved fast, but his heart carried a quiet sadness. Ethan had no family. His parents died when he was young. He lived in a tiny room near his stall with no electricity or running water, just his dreams. One afternoon, as Ethan cleaned his counter, his friend Uncle Ben passed by. "Ethan," Uncle Ben said, "why do you always smile when life's so hard?" Ethan grinned and replied, "Crying won't fill my pot." Uncle Ben chuckled and walked off, but his words stuck with Ethan. It was true. He had little, but he still fed people who couldn't pay. He had no idea his life was about to change. Every afternoon, something odd happened at Ethan's stall. An old woman, Mama Grace, would show up in a creaky wheelchair. She moved slowly, her hands pushing the wheels, making a rough creak sound on the gravel. People passing by would laugh or turn away. "Look at that dirty old lady," one kid said. Her clothes were torn, her scarf dusty, her face tired. Some said she smelled, others called her crazy. But Ethan never ignored her. He called her Mama Grace. That afternoon, under the hot sun, Mama Grace rolled up to his stall. Ethan looked at her and said, "You're back, Mama Grace. You didn't eat yesterday." She looked down, her voice soft. "I was too weak to come," she said. "Haven't eaten in 2 days." Ethan glanced at his table. Only one plate of beans and yam left, meant for himself. He hesitated, then grabbed the plate and set it in front of her. "Here, eat," he said. Mama Grace looked at the food, then at him. "Your last plate again?" she asked. Ethan nodded. "I'll cook more later." Her hands trembled as she picked up the spoon. Her eyes looked watery, but she didn't cry. She ate slowly. People stared. "Why feed that old woman?" a lady asked. Ethan smiled. "If I were in her place, I'd want someone to help me." Mama Grace came every day but never begged. She didn't ask for food or money, just sat quietly by Ethan's stall, head down, hands still. Her wheelchair looked like it might fall apart. While others ignored her, Ethan always brought her a plate, sometimes rice, sometimes beans and yam, with a big smile. One hot afternoon, Ethan served jollof rice to 2 schoolboys when he noticed Mama Grace in her usual spot. Her scarf was tattered, her clothes full of holes, but she sat quietly. Ethan scooped jollof rice onto a plate, added 2 pieces of meat, and walked over. "Mama Grace, your food's ready," he said softly. She looked up, her tired eyes softening. "You always think of me," she said. Ethan knelt, placing the plate on a stool beside her. "Even if the world forgets you, I won't," he said. Just then, a sleek black car pulled up. A man in a crisp white shirt and polished shoes stepped out. He was tall, with sharp eyes. Ethan stood, wiping his hands on his apron. "Good afternoon, sir," he said. The man nodded, but stared at Mama Grace. He didn't blink, just watched her. Mama Grace kept eating, but stopped chewing for a moment. The man stepped closer, tilting his head like he recognized something. "1 plate of jollof rice with meat," he said. Ethan served it quickly. The man glanced at Mama Grace again, hesitated, then got in his car and drove off. The next morning, Ethan swept his stall and cleaned his table, glancing down the road. Mama Grace will roll in soon, he whispered. But hours passed, no wheelchair, no Mama Grace. By noon, his heart raced. He checked both ends of the street. Where is she? He wondered. He asked Uncle Ben, who sold fruits nearby. Seen Mama Grace today? Uncle Ben laughed. That old lady? Maybe she's on another street. Ethan didn't smile. He asked two kids selling water and a biker nearby. No one had seen her. Ethan's chest felt tight. He sat by his rice pot, staring at Mama Grace's empty spot. 2 more days passed. No sign of her. Ethan couldn't smile anymore. He served customers, but his face was sad. He barely ate. The smell of jollof rice made him feel sick. Did something happen to her? He whispered. At night, in his small room, he held the last plate he'd given her. Mama Grace never misses a day, he said softly, even in rain or sickness. Why now? He opened his window, staring into the dark. A cold breeze hit him. He wasn't just worried. He was scared. Something felt very wrong. On the 4th day, Ethan was slicing onions at his stall when a black car stopped. A tall man in a red cap and shiny shoes stepped out. His clothes looked expensive. Ethan didn't know him. The man didn't smile or greet. He handed Ethan a brown envelope and said, "Read it. Don't tell anyone." Before Ethan could ask, the man got in the car and sped off. Ethan looked around. No one was watching. With shaky hands, he opened the envelope. Inside was a note. Come to Green Hill Hotel by 4 p.m. Don't tell anyone. From a friend. Ethan froze. Green Hill Hotel? He whispered. I've never been to a hotel. His heart pounded. Who sent this? What friend? He clutched the envelope, looked at the cloudy sky, and knew he had to go. At 3:30 p.m., Ethan locked his stall, took a deep breath and whispered, God, guide me. He hopped into a tricycle and said, Green Hill Hotel. As they drove through busy Lagos streets, he held the envelope tightly, his heart racing. He didn't know what awaited him, but he felt this wasn't an ordinary day. The hotel's tall glass building gleamed. 2 security guards stood at the gate. One, wearing dark glasses, asked, Who are you here to see? Ethan stammered, I got this letter. He showed the note. The guard smiled. Ethan? Someone's waiting inside. Go in. A man in a black suit appeared, saying, Follow me. Ethan's legs felt weak, but he followed through a long hall to a tall brown door. The man said, Someone's waiting inside. You're safe. Ethan took a deep breath and pushed the door open. His eyes locked on a woman in a wheelchair in the room's center. He froze. Mama Grace? He gasped. But she didn't look like the frail woman from his stall. Her hair was neat, her face fresh. She wore a fine dress and a shiny necklace. Her wheelchair was clean and polished. She looked calm, strong. She smiled. Ethan, come in. He couldn't move at first. Mama Grace, is that you? He asked. She nodded. Yes, it's me. Sit, please. Ethan sat staring like it was a dream. My name isn't Mama Grace, she said. It's Chief Gloria. I'm a billionaire. Ethan's jaw dropped. A billionaire? She nodded. I own companies, built schools, hospitals. I've made a lot of money. Ethan blinked. Why pretend to be poor? Chief Gloria smiled, her eyes serious. I wanted to see people's true hearts. I was tired of fake kindness. I wanted someone who helps because it's right. Ethan's eyes watered. You gave me food, she continued. You smiled, never asked for anything, never mocked me. That's why you're here. Every year I pick 10 kind people to make millionaires. You're one of them. Ethan was stunned. Chief Gloria smiled, placed her hands on the wheelchair and stood up. Ethan's eyes widened. You can walk? He asked. She nodded. Yes. I sat in that chair to see who'd care for someone who looked broken. Tears rolled down Ethan's face. I didn't help for a reward, he said. I just thought it was right. Chief Gloria stepped closer. That's why I chose you. Follow me, she said. I want to show you something. Ethan stood, unsure. A place? She nodded. Your reward. They walked out, flanked by men in suits. Outside, 5 shiny black SUVs waited. Chief Gloria led him to the first one. Ethan got in, heart pounding. The convoy drove through the city for 30 minutes, stopping at a quiet road with new buildings. Chief Gloria stepped out and pointed. Ethan's jaw dropped. Before him was a massive, luxurious restaurant. Gleaming glass windows, marble walls, gold-handled doors. The sign read, Ethan's Place, home of tasty meals. Is this real? Ethan whispered. Chief Gloria nodded. It's yours. She handed him keys. Go inside. Ethan's hands shook as he opened the door. The interior sparkled. Shiny floors, plush chairs, glass tables, starry ceiling lights, a huge kitchen with new appliances. He turned to Chief Gloria, tears streaming. You did this for me? She smiled. You fed me when you had nothing. Now, this is where the rich will eat. You'll never struggle again. Ethan fell to his knees, crying happy tears. I don't know what to say, he said. Your kindness said it all, Chief Gloria replied. From that day, Ethan ran a grand food plaza in Lagos. Professional chefs cooked, waiters in crisp uniforms served, and Ethan managed it all from his upstairs office, his name on the door. But he never forgot his roots or Mama Grace. One morning, his manager said, Sir, the food truck's ready. Ethan stood. Let's go. Outside was a van labeled Ethan's Food Love, Feeding the Hungry. Ethan had started a charity, sending trucks weekly to feed the poor, under bridges, at markets, by bus stops. He handed out meals saying, Eat well. You're not forgotten. A worker asked, Why do this, sir? Ethan touched his chest. Kindness got me here. I have to give it back. As people ate and smiled, Ethan looked at the sky and whispered, Thank you, Chief Gloria. This story shows us kindness is never wasted. Even if you have little, giving from the heart brings unexpected rewards. Another great story's coming soon. Turn on notifications. If you like this, hit the like and subscribe. African Tales by ZIZO.